This tutorial will help you understand the purpose and usage of layers in the Amadine app. If you aren't familiar with the concept of layers, think of them as a special sort of folder. They can keep together parts of your design that relate to one another. For example, while drawing a car, you can put it in one layer, the background would go into the second layer, and the third layer would contain a hand-drawn sketch. As a result, you'll be able to control the contents of layers separately. When you no longer need the sketch, you can hide the respective layer. While you're working on the car, you can hide layers with the background and other parts in order to have a more clear view on what you're editing at the moment. You can also have individual layers for interchangeable parts of the design. For instance, a postcard can have the same text in different languages. In this case, to export the postcard in one particular language, you'll hide layers containing texts in the rest of the languages. It's important to understand that every object becomes a part of the layered structure. Let's have a brief demonstration of this. These shapes seem to be in the same plane, but if we make the shapes overlap, we'll see that one of them appears on top of another, and so on. We use the Layers panel to see how objects are arranged vertically, though it is not necessary that they overlap in your design. To open the panel, we select Window, and then Layers in the main menu. The object that is on top of the others is the upper one in the list. By default, a document only has one layer that will contain all objects that we add. We can add more layers and then use particular layers to store particular objects. Now, how does the app decide in which layer a new object should go? The layer that will store a new object is called the active layer. The active layer is one that is selected directly or one that contains a selected object. If nothing is currently selected, the app will use the layer that was active last. A gray bar on the left side of the panel indicates the active layer. Sometime later, you might need to know which of the layers contains a particular object. This can be done in two ways. Select that object. It will have the selection bar in the Layers panel, making it easy to see the name of the corresponding layer. Another way is based on the fact that each layer is marked by a particular color. The same color has each object in the panel and also the frame of a selected object on the canvas. You can pick a different color by clicking on the color bar. Let's explore the structure of a sample design. You can download it from Amadine's website. It gives us a good example of how layers can be used. There are 4 layers. Each of them represents a logical part of the design. For instance, a person or bicycle. These checkboxes, by the way, can hide or show the corresponding layer or object. You can see that when layers are named properly, it's easier to find the one you need. To change the layer's name, just double-click on it and type what you want. To display the contents of a layer, we click on the Expand icon. The Person layer includes 2 nested layers. If we expand one more time, we'll see objects that compose the person's body. The order of layers and objects in the panel can be changed by dragging any item to a new place. For example, we can place a bird in front of the letter A by dragging the bird's item to the upper position in the list. The same can be done using the Arrange commands in the context menu. What if we need to isolate the bird from plants and other decorations? Then we can create a dedicated layer for the bird by clicking the plus button. Let's name it Animals. Now the bird can go into the new layer. Once we're satisfied with this part of the design, we can lock it using the Lock icon. Locking protects objects from being inadvertently selected on the canvas and being modified by mistake. The Trash Bin icon in the corner removes a selected layer or object. You might notice that our design consists of maybe 100 small pieces. The following tool helps you quickly find objects in the list. For example, let's locate the letter A. We just need to select the A in the design. Then we click on the magnification glass. The app highlights the corresponding item in the list. Expanding layers and scrolling happens automatically. At the top of the panel are the opacity and blend mode settings. They can be applied to layers as well as to individual objects. We're leaving these features for now since they're beyond the scope of this tutorial. The Layers panel seems unnecessary if you don't use layers at all, but it still remains a valuable tool for hiding and locking objects. It can also show you the tree of objects, groups, or nested groups. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it was helpful.